whistleblower. They just gave. And I wish I was saying a Penn University of Pennsylvania woman destroyed the women's record, but it wasn't a woman. It's a man who identifies as a woman. And in our society, somehow we call that person a transgender.
Transgénero.
This person's name is Lia Thompson, is what the gentleman goes by, now that he's transitioned to being a female, has completely obliterated the female swimming records, obliterated them. And I don't want to hear nobody saying, I mean, if you listen to the dude talk, he ain't even trying.
Otra vez la misma pregunta, no somos, no tenemos la estructura igual. Esta señorita transgénero, de hombre a mujer, destruyendo los récords de mujeres de natación.
Trying to have a girl voice. He literally sound like Barry White talking with a deep voice and bragging about how it's too easy for him to just roll through these women's records. And there were some people who were, pretty much whistleblower, or not whistleblower, they just gave confidential statements about what happened at this event, where this dude literally won the race and nobody clapped for him. And when the woman actually finished, they gave her a round of applause. And I don't want to hear nobody talk about, oh, he's on hormones. If you look at his records aren't far off from what he did as a man in like 2017, 2018. So it ain't like he was born a man and transitioned when he was 7. This dude transitioned a few years ago and was a competitive athlete, a competitive male athlete in swimming, competitive. It's not the first time he picked up swimming when he was a woman. He was competitive as a man. Years of training and testosterone as a man, and decides to go off and be a woman and break all the women records. Like I said, I don't have too much time to explain this, but just real quick, this shouldn't be too hard to understand. I don't understand the selfishness and evilness of people, not all, but some people like this who transition to being a woman. You know God well, let me cuss word it. You know God well that you are well equipped and way more in physical condition or superior to women in physical condition and training. You know for a fact you were a man. You were competing as a man. You knew how fast you were swimming. And you know for a fact when you go to being a woman, you ain't gonna lose much. You know for a fact you're getting ready to destroy these women in the sport of swimming, and you do it anyway. These type of people bother me because they have no respect for women. You claim you want to be identified as a woman and treated as a woman, but you have no respect for women. There's no reason you should do a woman like that. These women work hard. They have no chance again, and you know it, but you do it anyway. It's evil to me. It's selfish and evil. If I was being a man, if I said, one day I'm gonna transition to being a girl because on the inside, I personally feel like I'm a man. I'm a woman, and I want to transition. I know that it's unfair for me to compete against women in sports. I will sit that out. As a condition of my transition and acceptance, I would say, you know what, I'm gonna sit out these sports because, it's gonna be unfair. I'm gonna just blast through these women and it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be a challenge. I don't care how many puberty blockers not puberty blockers, but I don't care how many hormones you take, you're still gonna be leaps and bounds above where women are at in sports. It's not even close. It's not even up for discussion. We all see it. We know it. You never see women transition to men.
Simple, estas chavas, entrenan para llegar al tope en su colegio, ¿verdad? Para competir. Y luego llega este chavo, transgénero, ahora a mujer, y les gana. No es justo.
And dominating sports. But these men who transition to women, they completely obliterate women in sports. And it probably happens 90% of the time. And it's a shame. And I don't know why our country accepts this type of stuff. In this country, you can be whoever you want to be. You can transition in and transition out. You can do whatever you want to do. Nobody cares. Nobody should be treated unfairly because they want to do that. That's your choice with your own life. However, when it comes to competing with or competing against other people, your rights don't trump their rights. Your mental illness doesn't trump what other people have going on. And don't say it's not a mental illness. If you are in a body and you believe that you should be in another body, there's something going on with your mind. That don't mean that you're a bad person. That don't mean anybody should discriminate against you. That don't mean anybody should treat you any other way. I think we all should love each other as we are. But you can't infringe on other people's rights. You can't destroy a whole person's dream and their sport just because you decide to make a decision one day. Just because you decided. You're deciding that should allow you in your own personal life to do whatever you want to do. And you should be able to dictate to other people what they should do. So,
simple.